Hey, welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It's actually Friday morning. I've had my days all mixed up. Yesterday I got home from school and on the drive home thought, now I need to get my recording for Thursday done. And then I didn't think of it again till 10 o'clock last night. Good thing I had everything ready to go. So I'm going to share a project with you that's perfect for Easter. I should have shared it with you a few weeks ago, so you had time to make it, but maybe you'll have some time today or tomorrow to create this card. You may have seen it online. I think it's really a cool card. So let me show you all the pieces and the parts. So this is designer series paper. Now this paper goes the opposite direction of all the other pieces. Boy, it seems dark. We had this room ready for grandkids to be able to sleep in here. So I have a great big blanket over the window. I need to get that off. All right, 2 7/8 by 1 inch. So then I have two mats for that. So we're going to go up just 1/8 of an inch. So this one's 3 by 1 1/8. And then the white is 3 1/8 by 1 1/4. So those three pieces will go together. All right, let me grab. Then this goes the opposite direction because it's going to go up and down on the card. So it is 1 1/2 by 5. I'm sorry, 1/2 by 5. And I wrote this wrong. This should be not 1 1/2. Put that sticker on the wrong one. It should be 3/8. Let me make sure I did that right. Yep, 3/8 by 5 1/8. So these two pieces, they're very thin. You're just going to have 1/8 of an inch border around. Then 3/4 of an inch by 5. And then this is going to go up just 1/8 of an inch. So 7/8 by 5 1/8. This one you're going to cut two. This one you're going to cut two. The first one's just one. A lot of pieces, sorry. And then this one is a little bit bigger. It's 1 by 5. You're just going to do one of these. And then we're going to go up 1/8 of an inch. So it's 1 1/8 by 5 1/8. Your white piece is 5 by 5 1/4. And then when you put it in the score to score it, you're going to put the 5 inch across here. So this is the long way. Okay. And think of that as 5 1/4, because whenever we do our layers for our card bases, our normal is 5 1/4 is the long ways. So then across here at 5, we have 1, 1 7/8, 3 1/8, and 4. And I've scored that, and we'll go through the scoring here in a little bit. Then I just grabbed two circles, and I chose to use the 1 3/4 and the 2 inch, and two more pieces. This is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, and my card base is up 1/4 of an inch, 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. All right, we are going to start putting some layers together. So I'm going to grab my ink here. First thing we're going to do is put our strips together. This is the Perennial Lavender, I believe, designer series paper. And I went ahead, since you didn't need to see me glue and glue and glue. So here's my first one. There's my second one. I don't know why that is so dark this morning. Sorry about that. All right, then the second one is the one that's 1/2 inch for the designer series paper and 3/8 for the gorgeous grape. You know, it's natural for me to choose the purple because you guys know I love purple, but also you'll see that I think this is very fitting. This has to do with Christ's sacrifice on the cross, and the purple is what we signify on Easter morning. All right, so this one has 3. Again, this pattern goes the opposite of the other strips, and you'll see why. All right, and this one has 2 layers. put the white across. I bet you guys have already figured out what I'm making, haven't you? Decided not to show you the finished project first today. All right. And then this strip is the 1" by 5. After I had this done, I was thinking, well, I'll tell you that later because it'll give away the project. This is 1 1/8. All right. So there's my strips in the shadows there. All right, we're going to stamp. There's a little bit of stamping on this one. So I'm using the Gorgeous Grape, and then I went with Shaded Spruce. I kind of wanted a deep, rich green. And as I said, this is for Easter. So I'm going to stamp He is Risen in the middle. This is easy to make. So if you have some time and you want to get some Easter cards out, you could still do that. All right. And I'm going to go that little piece of ribbon on my table. Do it in 3, so I have that. All right. Then I'm going to clean green off because I don't want to get it on the other pieces. All right. I'm saying that a lot this morning. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, so this piece here, we are going to do what we call a mountain fold first. I'm sorry, valley first. Valley first. Answer. We mowed our yard and my mom's yard last night. And we mowed her yard and thought we were done. And then we got home, realized, oh, our yard really needs it. And here in Kansas City, they've been talking about rain the next 2 or 3 days. So we quick pulled the mower out, mowed our yard. And boy, am I feeling it this morning. Got to get back in that mowing good strength. All right. So the first 2 go down and the next 2 are going to go up. Sorry, guys, my hands are telling me I did too much yesterday. So first one is down, second one's up, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Down and then up. All right. And I must not have pushed very well on my when I scored these. I'm having trouble getting them to fold nice. I had designed this a couple days ago before I left for baseball games. All right. So there is our base. All right. Now we're going to go back and grab the pieces I put together here. So it's going to go the medium size one. So the 3/4 DSP there, the half DSP here, and the 1" DSP there. And then we're going to repeat that over here, working from the outside in. And you kind of want to look at your pattern. It's probably best if you don't have a lot of lines on it. I guess it'd be okay. This has a little bit. I had to laugh when I made my template. I have 5 pieces here, and I did 4 of them the right way and 1 the wrong. Fortunately, I caught it. And I always say, well, the liquid glue gives you some wiggle room, which was good because I could pull it off and fix it. All right, and then I'm going to go again. This is the one that's the 3/4 DSP. I got this, I watched a video to make this, and I forgot to grab her name. I will post it in the comments. She did a great job of explaining how to make this card. And there are a lot of different samples and ideas out there. So if mine doesn't make sense to you, feel free to Google it and you can find some more instructions. I'm hoping I'm getting back on track. I do have a few more weeks of baseball games and soccer games and softball games. But my goodness, we're already getting towards the end of school. I had a senior tell me yesterday she's only got 14 days of school left, which is amazing to me. All right. So now we're going to grab our base, which is this piece, the 3.5 by 5.5. And we're going to glue one side down first. To me, this was the trickiest part of the card, and it's really not that tricky, so that tells you it's pretty easy. So you want to line it up so that they're about the same distance, top, bottom, and side. Okay. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And I say it was tricky. I had trouble with my first one. This one seems to be laying down pretty nicely. So maybe, let's hope I didn't just jinx it. So same thing. Try to make sure you have about the same border all the way around. And that the shadow is driving me crazy today. I don't know. Oh, that makes it even worse when you hit the light. All right. I bet you figured out what we're making, aren't you? Looky there. There's our cross. I'm going to put some adhesive here. One of the things I thought of if I would have had a little more time is it would be neat to do the cross in wood. We have that Country Wood DSP, and I thought that would have been neat to see what it looked like with a cross. But unfortunately, I didn't have time to do that this week. I was back at school every day this week and had something every evening this week. So kind of having a hard time getting stuff done. I know, and most of you will say, well, Davita, that's what you always say, which is pretty true. Especially during game season when I can work games. All right. Isn't that cool? Then this last piece is for the back. So since this is your front and it'll stand up, then this piece is for the back. And I went to look and I don't have a current greeting that says Happy Easter, which surprised me. But I'm using the Faith Collection for the He is Risen and the leaves here. So I think what I'm going to do is I pulled out a very, very old greeting that just said Easter wishes. I'm going to stamp that. And I thought I might stamp the flowers on the back. Although those are usually white, aren't they? Which white on white isn't going to work. All right, so we'll go with another plan here. I also thought thinking of you would be nice on here because if you're sending this to someone, you're thinking about them on Easter. Got a couple people I want to send a card to, so they're going to get these. All right, so I'm going to go back and I think I'll just use these since it's here. And we'll do 2 down here. There, doesn't that look pretty? All right, and we'll stick that on the back. I was telling, I had some newer people at class not too long ago, and oh, I forgot to tell you, this will also lay flat, and it's the size that will fit in an envelope. So the bar of the cross slides to the side, but because our base is a little bit smaller, it will still fit in your envelope, and then when they open it, it'll pop up. So to complete this, I'll grab an envelope. And I think I'm going to go with the leaf, the palm branches. It was really cool. At our church, they have the kids come in carrying the palm branches on Palm Sunday. And my little guys really enjoyed that. There we go. And you saw that messed up. So, we always have to be creative and adjust. I'm just grabbing my marker here. Going to fill that in so it doesn't look like I messed up. What would a card be if we didn't have to fix something? Wouldn't that be cool? There, that looks a lot better. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this project. Again, I apologize. I wish I would have gotten this out to you a couple weeks ago so you'd had a little more time to make it. But we're going to go with Happy Easter. I'm so thankful for all of you. I do promise I'm going to get a little better about posting and get back on schedule. Having those grandkids here for 2 different weekends just kind of messed up Stampin' Up. But you know what? Family always comes first, as they say. Have a wonderful Easter weekend. I hope you're able to spend time with family and friends. And for me, celebrating my Savior's sacrifice on the cross. Have an awesome week, and I will see you next week. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you next week.